Good evening, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys, girls and vibrations. I hope everybody's well on this fine Friday evening. I was a little poorly today actually. I think I had too much sun yesterday. Felt like I had a little bit of sunstroke today. Body temperature was quite low. I was like shivering and that in the sun. Skin was super sensitive and I had like flu-like symptoms. But I come home and I had myself a little kip and I felt a lot better. Now this video, is to do with something that I've seen recently online and something that I've heard mentioned many times. Something which I've done research into about 2 years ago when I was going to fight in the pit for Spartan. I had a bit of a disagreement and it never happened. But dipping your hands or steeping your hands in petrol. Now the research that I've done, I've got onto the International Agency of the Research for Cancer, the IARC, I got onto them and they've published some documents which are all available online, and they've done extensive scientific and medical research into the overexposure to petrol, which is a carcinogenic fluid. It has cancer-causing agents. And the research that they've done, which is in a document published by them, says that it has direct links to prostate cancer and urinary bladder cancer. So the overexposure to petrol causes cancer, in a document published by the IARC, a very credible cancer research group, which have, professors of biological science and people of that nature, doing the research, a little bit cleverer than the average man. And what they did mention, they went into a thing about placebo, because it's a popular sort of thing in bare knuckle, if you like. But the placebo effect is very real and it can be very powerful. And if you're told by credible people and you believe in your head that something is working and can work, you'd be surprised at what the brain will allow you to feel. Placebo effects, they're very real. But from all the scientific and medical research that's went into the overexposure to petrol and dipping your hands in petrol, it's a myth. It's got no medical benefits whatsoever, none that have certainly been proven up until this date. It doesn't work and it can be very detrimental to your health. The only thing you're really going to get is flammable hands and irritated skin. It's not good. My advice would be to anybody not to overexpose or expose whatsoever, your hands to a carcinogenic fluid which has been proven to cause cancer. I would say don't do that. And I've done the research because I have bad hands, very bad hands, and I must have broke this right hand about maybe 30 times. Wouldn't be surprised if I broke it 30 times, definitely 24 easy. I've had about a dozen breaks in the left hand, and I've suffered with bad hands for years. Now in the gym, even when I've been hitting the bag, dossing for the last couple of years, but more so what I noticed at the start when I started training this time about 7 weeks ago, I still couldn't fully sit down on the right hand. I couldn't get rotation and I couldn't, put full force into it and get all the torque I wanted into it because your brain won't let you do that. When you've got sore hands or an injury, your brain won't let you put full force into a punch when you're acutely aware that you've got a sore hand or a bad hand, extensive historic injuries to this hand. And I know it hurts and I knew it hurt, so I just, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get the required force in the right hand until about a month ago when I started using this stuff, radial bone embrocation. They put it on racehorses and greyhounds, they apply it to the broken bones, and it's been medically and scientifically proven to strengthen bones. It's available in equestrian shops and available online. There's a blue one which is here for bones, and there's a red one for ligaments and tendons. I put it in a little spray bottle and I apply it as it says on the bottle, 3 days on and 3 days off. It does irritate your skin. Try and keep it off your palms. Just spray it on the back of your hand, to the metacarpals and metatarsals, to the affected area, and let it soak in. There will be a burning sensation for about 10 minutes, but it goes. And since I've started using that stuff, now when I'm on the pads and I'm on the bag and the heavy bags, now I can get full rotation and full force in the backhand. That stuff works. It makes your hands stronger. It strengthens bones. Like I say, it's scientifically and medically proven to do so. So my advice would be, don't steep your hands in petrol. Avoid that. And if you do suffer from bad hands and all the little bones in the back that are often sore and inflamed and swelled up like mine always are, try this stuff. Radial bone embrocation or bone liniment. The blue one for bones. It works. Take it from me, it works. Because I'm cracking harder than I've cracked than I can ever remember, really. And like I say, that stuff's allowed me to use my right hand to its full force, which I was never able to do. Like I say, different in a fight when your adrenaline's going and it's coursing through your blood. Adrenaline's a marvellous drug. And you can be surprised in the pain you can go through. The pain you don't feel, for that matter, when adrenaline's coursing through your veins. You don't really have that luxury in the gym. You only release small amounts of adrenaline. And, like I say, that stuff there, it works. It's given my right hand back. And I'm very pleased that I come across that stuff because it does work. That was it. Don't steep your hands in petrol. Use bone embrocation or bone liniment made by Radial. Excellent stuff. Thanks very much for listening. Have a nice Friday night, people. Bye-bye for now. Big love.